Alright, boys, we're here with 534. I mean, it's from one case. I didn't leave the case out. I can show you guys the empty box if you really want. The thing is heavy as hell, man. You guys already know that the Heritage High Number has a lot of cards in it. It's heavy. The box was huge. The box was like all the way out here. So it was like on top of the camera. So I didn't do it because it's just a pain in the dick. So yeah. But it is 12 boxes, whole case, tagged everybody. Teamless on the left. Upper right hand corner is the overhead camera. For this Heritage High Number, still going to do the same thing that I always do with the rookie cards and everything, sleeve them. But I'm not for this particular break just because of the whole influenza and everything going on. I'm not going to say every player's name. I'm going to highlight rookies. I will highlight hits and autographs and everything, but it's going to be more of some other how other breakers kind of do it, which you guys know that is not my favorite way to break. I like to say all the names of the cards. I like to talk about everything. We'll more have a conversation while I go through the cards themselves. We have again Cal Ripken Jr. here. Charm City. Ben Baller did the card. He has a good luck charm around here. Sorry about that. We're going to slide over 11 of these boxes. Take the one I just grabbed on the top. Just ignore Jacob in the background as he is also dying. So let's get rolling here. Good luck to everybody. Get your autograph guesses in. There's definitely some people here in the background. If you guys get any Topps Chrome Black, if you guys get in the Topps Chrome Black break or the Bowman Chrome that I still have up, you can get $10 off of Bowman Chrome or Bowman Draft Team, or you can get off $10 off of out of the remaining teams. You can get $10 off of any break that has 5 stars, which releases Friday. Now, there's going to be quite a bit of breaks that have 5-star in it, so there is a good chance that you'll be able to get it. We have Nolan Arenado for the Cardinals. This is like really, really off-centered. Going to Kevin Britton. If you guys want these, I'll send them. I'll let you know that the box toppers are just going to be in a sleeve. So if they get bent or damaged, I apologize. They're really not worth anything money-wise. I mean, some of them are if they're signed, but that one's like, wow. Very, very off-center. It's kind of crazy how off-center that was. I have never opened a box of... I haven't opened... That's a lie. I haven't opened a box of Heritage High Number in about... I don't know. I think we actually started off with a hot box. We sure the hell did. Alright, well that's the way to start the break, boys. After this box, you guys can all shut off your feeds. I'll just open the cards myself and put them on camera. You can watch the video later. As the highlight of the night comes in the first box. We are going to get a hot box. I don't know if it's one hot box per case or we just got really lucky. But we're going to get a purple in every single pack. It's pretty nice there. I don't think there's any sports on tonight. What's today? Wednesday? I mean, there's some hockey on if you're a hockey fan. But obviously, there's always the NBA is always playing. It should be interesting this year because normally the NBA is really, really big for Christmas Day. But because Christmas is on the weekend, there's a lot of football on too. Not so much hockey. They take a hiatus for Christmas. They take their Christmas serious. If anything that's open fills before midnight, I'll break it. I probably won't post at this point in the night. I probably won't post another Bowman draft tonight. Next one will be a half case. I might be able to get another case locally. Yeah, the weather's pretty bad all around. But if not, I'll have to try to start to get cases off of DealerNet. So when we fill that case and move on to the Super Jumbo, I'll find myself another case of the Bowman draft. I'll just kind of buy it a case at a time and maybe have a case on deck and a case going. I'm not going to go ham like Bowman Chrome because I still have like 3 cases of Bowman Chrome Hobby and 2 HTA cases. sitting here that have not been opened. That's not even including the half and half. The half and half is just 2 open half cases that I have. Yeah, I was surprised, Rob, that you didn't grab over the jump right on the Red Sox. I mean, they weren't taken right away. I mean, they were taken quickly. Everything in the break so far was taken pretty quickly. It's only been up for less than an hour and a half, so I can't say that. But I'd say the prices are pretty much what the mean price is right now of all the teams. I looked at pretty much. I used to make my own team list for everything, and then I realized that my idea of prospects is different than other people's ideas. Whether my ideas are right or wrong, who knows? However, the prices are literally the mean of like 4 or 5 different major groups. We have Mackenzie Gore to start us off. That's a nice rookie. Royce Lewis. Eduardo Rodriguez on the first purple. Going to the Tigers. I will top load all the purples after the break. We got Quan. Nothing crazy right now. Rookie-wise, Overton. I know Rookie of the Year last year is Jonathan India. We have Otto Lopez on the purple. Nice little Blue Jays hit. I don't know if Otto Lopez is going to be very good or not. Can't figure him out. The one guy that I'm surprised that nobody's all over is Dalton Varsho. Varsho's definitely a guy that's a stud. We got Taylor Walls here for the Rays. Dolo, Pozo. There's a Jeremy Pena. Pretty nice centering. But like I said, I'm really surprised that got Chris Paddock. That nobody, because Dalton Varsho's numbers are really good. He plays center field and he catches. That's kind of weird. Nice 4th no-hitter, matches idol Sandy Koufax. We got Yura on the purple. Jack Lopez. There's the man that everyone's been talking about, Carlos Correa. Obviously, failed the physical with the Giants. Literally insta-signed by the Mets right afterwards. Kind of crazy. Hey, look, man. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Nice hit here for the Mariners. A little bit off center on the purple, but get the J-Rod. Probably looking at an 8. You could probably weasel a 9 out of it with the centering, but the surface and everything would have to be good. Nonetheless, nice J-Rod. We'll put him up on the hit board. Number 700 in the series. I don't know what the purples are going for. It is a little bit OC, though, on the right. It's okay, JJ. Keep talking shit, man. When you come here, there's a Josh Donaldson on the purple. But I'll give you a big bear hug and lick your forehead. See how you talk in a couple days afterwards. We got Gonzolin. Crizin right there. Ramiro. Luis Garcia. I swear that's the same picture when he was a rookie. Didn't switch his picture at all. I mean, they might have a little bit, but... Montero right there on the rookie cards. And Kevin Kiermaier no longer part of the Rays. Jesus Christ, you'll be calling people Yinzers and rookie performers. Right there's a nice Joe Ryan. Trey Mancini on the purple. I'll be fine by this weekend, I'm sure. Oh, and we have our memorabilia clubhouse collection. Javier Baez and the Tigers. Going to DJ Clark. First hit of the break. We got Jake Robson. Nobody too crazy on the purples there. Oh, damn, they updated Trey Mancini to the Astros. Surprising. Does anybody know if it's one hot box per case, or is this just like luck of the draw? Because they're pretty good, like, Panini's pretty good at telling you how many hot boxes are in cases and stuff. Like with Dunrush, you know you're going to get 4 hot boxes, 2 of the 5 autos, 2 of the 20 parallels. I don't have their names memorized, man. I don't honestly have to go and look. If you go, your best bet, honestly, would be to go to Beckett. And Beckett, you can search by team. But I can tell you who it is right afterwards. We got Brash Suzuki. There was all the Orioles pitchers right there. I have another Orioles pitcher, Alexander Wells. Which his autographs are really hard to find for Topps Chrome. It's like nobody's selling them. Maybe because they don't want to. Frankie Montez. Cateau. Brendan Donovan won the Gold Glove for Utility Man in the National League. Bowman draft's kind of fickle because honestly, some of those kids this year in the 3rd and 4th round are like 18-year-olds that are just could be really, really good, but could be really, really bad. We got Richie Palacios here for the Guardians. So you just kind of don't know what you're going to get. Like long term. Obviously the high-end guys, if you hit them, you're going to get your money if you want to trade or sell or whatever else. But there's a nice Bobby Witt. Some of those guys long term can really hold their value. I personally still think that the Royals are probably the best bang for your buck. And we got a Suzuki refractor. That's going to be a 130 out of 673. And I'm not really sure if the centering's good on this particular card or not. It looks like it's a little bit heavy on the bottom. But nice hit for the Cubbies. And Lance Smith on the Suzuki. Refractor. Got Castellanos. Well, a lot of the young kids went early this time around, so you don't have all that like uncertainty. It's a lot of college guys. Carlos Carrasco on the purple, which I think evens it out a little bit in my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. Like, you just never know how some of these guys project. I just think the Royals have the best bang for your buck because they have their second and third prospects in the case. And Caton Wallace and Gavin Cross, and they're both college guys, so they are a little bit older. But they're second and third prospect in the Royal system. And the Royals are pretty bad, so those guys could come up early. And if they come up early and they crush, you're going to have instant return. Oh, Max Scherzer on the negative. Not numbered, but going to the Mets. And Michael Becker on the Scherzer. We got Alek Manoah on the purple. Spencer Strider, Robson, and a Notting. We got McCutchen. Alec Bohm. What a bum. We got Urshela. Nice J-Rod, Short, Pujols, Kim, Zerpa. Criswell. 2 homers. We got Solano. Avich. We got Abrams and a Wade right there. Actually, let me go get a container because it's going to be a lot of cards. Personally, man, and I'll say this right now, is I think there's a lot of breakers that break cards that have big groups that don't know dick about baseball. They don't know about prospects. They don't know about anything. It's, I think, a lot more common than people think. They assume that just because someone has a big break group that they know about baseball. I can name at least 2 breakers off the top of my head that I promise you open a good fair amount of baseball and don't know shit about don't know shit about prospects, but they're still kind of in control of how the prices of cases work. And that's just me being brutally honest. Like they don't know, they don't understand how advanced statistics work, how guys' outlooks look, how scouting reports work, or any of that shit. So it gets it to where there's certain teams that there's always a lot of value. But, like, let's say that I thought, like, I've talked up the Royals, right? Let's say that I'm like, well, I mean, they have Caden Wallace, they have Gavin Cross. They should be higher than what they are probably priced, and they probably will be long term. But right now, they're not. And this got me excited for a second. That's a Bobby Witt that's really off-center, but that is a facsimile. Oh, I guess the other one was, too. But like I said, I can send those. They're just going to be in a sleeve. Pretty loose cards. I don't have like a top loader for the size of those cards. If you guys want them, you guys don't want them, you guys don't want them. Like I said, both of those have been very, very off center, so it's really up to you guys. But so that's my big problem with Bowman is the guys, a lot of the guys that control the market in the sense of pricing breaks don't understand how how baseball and prospects work, which is why certain guys' prices get pushed up when they probably shouldn't be. And why, like, last year you get a guy like CES or Benelis. Well, Benelis was still attached to Sal Frelick, right? Because he's on the Brewers. But a guy like Alex Benelis was killing it last year. But nobody was talking about Alex Benelis because nobody that breaks cards pays attention to minor league baseball. I mean, look at how long it took for people to realize that Jackson Chourio was putting up numbers comparable to Mike Trout at his age. And Bryce Harper, who the people were comparing him to that were analysts. And the Brewers still in Bowman 2022 stayed super low for a long time. And, like, you can't be the one guy, especially in a small group, that's like, well, let me raise the Brewers because I know about Jackson Chourio, because they're going to look at you like you're stupid. It's probably one of my most frustrating things about breaking cards is the lack of actual sports knowledge that half the people have that do it. And I'm not saying I know everything about baseball, and obviously I have my own opinions. Like, prospecting is definitely opinion-based, but we got Jose Trevino there. Oh, Sandy Leon, Pinto. That's a cool card. Middle field race. Was that Kiermaier and no, that's Lowe, my bad. Guess all white guys look alike. That's Lowe and Franco. I mean, I thought it was weird too that they had Kiermaier, but I thought it was Kiermaier, so my bad. We have Clubhouse Collection. Kyle Tucker. Going to the Astros. And that's going to Rob Gervin. Picking the Stros in this one. I'm just hoping once I get off his probation. Oh, Jose Miranda. This dude's right here. This dude's super underrated, Jose Miranda. Zawinski overrated. I'm hoping once I get off of Facebook probation and my post reach gets up a little bit that we'll be able to fill more Bowman stuff more consistently, because I just think a lot of people aren't seeing it. Because they're going to see other groups that have better post reach and not on probation before they see my posts. It's an interesting John Mayberry insert. And we're on a cold streak of rookies here. Akiyama, such a good name. Justice Sheffield, guy that didn't really pan out. This dude, most pissed off guy in all of baseball right now. From starting third baseman to the Mets to the bench. Brandon Marsh and the Phillies. Melendez. Melendez is another underrated guy. That's gonna be a good. He's gonna be a good player. Suzuki. There's Kevin Cash. Zerpa. Ethan Roberts. Jorge Mateo, the most overrated player ever. People in Baltimore love that guy. He can't hit to save his life. I don't know if he could hit water if he fell out of a boat. They think he's like the savior of whatever. I don't know. I think he got robbed the Gold Glove. Another Bobby Witt. He didn't win the Gold Glove, right? Somebody else won it at shortstop in the American League. Or did he end up winning? Or did he win the Gold Glove? And now everyone thinks he's great. I can't remember. At the top of my head right now. I think the Gold Glove's bullshit. I mean, Rafael Palmeiro won one playing like 53 games at first base when he was a DH the whole year. But nice C.J. Abrams rookie performers here for Nationals. We got Nick Castellanos. Oh, a Torque. Got good old Torkelson. Winder and Hosmer. Duran, Larnach. There's a Jeremy Pena. Jeremy Yohan Pena. What a... Oh. Here's a guy. 262 out of 373 going to the Twins on the Duran. The Twins. Austin Fishbach. Talked about Thomas Foose can't miss. Where's Foose at, man? He doesn't like draft. Got rookie performers. Julio. Got Cato right there. I'll throw Julio in a sleeve just in case. I don't know what. You can see that insert's worth top loading. Wait, Pena didn't even play. How did Pena win the Gold Glove? He didn't even play the whole year. There's Spencer Strider right there. Ramos. J-Rod. Zach Short. Pujols. Yeah, there's a lack of color. I mean, there always is in Heritage. Heritage is a set building thing. I told you we got all the color out in that purple. The hot box. Oh, this one's pretty well centered. Carl Yastrzemski for the Red Sox.
Tony Wright.
That one's actually slightly bigger than the other ones, too. Because I had this discussion with the regular Heritage, was that they just threw a little bit, even if they add, like all they had to do is add some color paper in here and it'd be Like if they added like 4 parallels to a box or something, dude, everyone would be on top of Heritage. Like they'd love it, but just a little bit more color, I think this product would crush. For its price point, I think it'd be great. It's not like they don't have high numbered shit. Like that Chrome is out of 673 or something like that. Try to join the group. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing, right? There has to be something, and they don't listen to feedback with this shit. Like I told somebody else, all right, so here's pretty much where it lays at is, I didn't get it for this price, but the Heritage was direct buy from Topps for $63, I believe. So they're selling for like 80 bucks online. I think I ran this break at like 81 bucks a box or some shit like that, which I paid 74 or 75. So really, I broke this at like cost. I actually think I lose money by like sleeving and top loading the cards. Like I ran it at like what it pretty much would cost me to like break even. Because personally, I think it's a collector's thing. It's not really a breaker's product. It's not a big break product in my personal opinion. I do have another case of it, so I'll probably use it for some mixers. But the fact that there's like no profit margin in something and they make so much of it makes no sense to me, first off. Second off, to not put any hits in it just is ridiculous. Like I get autographs would make the price a little bit higher, which is fine. But I think that they tried to market this originally at $125, if I'm not mistaken. At that price point, you can put some damn autographs in the thing. Or at least some more memorabilia, something. You could put in like 3 or 4, like I said, 3 or 4 parallels. Like you could do like Topps Chrome Update is, where it's like all purples or whatever with some autographs. You could do something where it's like guaranteed 4 autographs per case. Got Joey Bart here on the white. 418 out of 999, but like you have Joey Bart, right? So Joey Bart's gonna have an out of 999. He's gonna have one of those out of 563. So how much of this shit is made? Like you couldn't put more hits in a box. Like there's so much of it made. Like you couldn't. Like I don't understand. That's what I don't get. But Topps will never actually listen to anybody that has a decent opinion. So there's a large new bar insert. Melendez. There's a Zuki. Arias right there for the rookie. And nothing crazy there, just a Clayton Kershaw. Still can't believe the Mets are going to have like a $500 million salary. That's freaking ridiculous. Got the Pirates paying like $4 for their whole team. Like, how's anybody supposed to compete with that? With the Mets spending? I'm mostly just salty because Major League Baseball wouldn't let Mark Cuban buy the Pirates when he wanted to. At least the Pirates would be competitive right now. Joe Ryan, another one of those rookie performers. Nick Plummer, San Martin. There's a nice little streak of rookies right there. If anybody does want a box of, like, just a box of Heritage for their own personal collection, let me know. I'll sell you like a box for like, I don't know, $75 plus shipping. So it'll be a little bit less than you'd pay anywhere else. If anybody wants a box. I'm getting really nervous that I either had the autograph stuck behind somebody or we missed it because we're getting to the end here and there's been no memorabilia, no auto. All right, let's go back through. I didn't miss memorabilia, which means we went past an autograph, which I didn't see one. I don't remember there being cards stuck behind one another, but it wouldn't be the first time. Did I just get past the autograph, not paying attention because of where my thumb was at? All right, I'll find it. You have any clue who it was? It wasn't Dave Peterson because he's on the floor right there. I remember talking about Escobar being pissed off. Oh, there it is. Good old Jonathan India. I was looking for red ink. Get some blue ink. My apologies, boys. One of the Reds in Brent Mentz on a Jonathan India. Has his whole playing career on there from 2018 on. Damn, y'all just let me keep breaking like, oh yeah. I mean, I would have found it in sorting. But, appreciate it. Solano is not a rookie anymore. He hasn't been a rookie in a while. He's in a damn rookie pile. Man, India switched his autograph too. Got lazy. Got lazy. And we have Gene Tannis for the Athletics and Jason Turk will be better about these damn autographs. Paying attention. See, I'm not a professional breaker yet. I can't just whip through everything. Mike, that's not very nice. Can't just whip through the card and see all of the hits. Wow. It's going to be great. Halfway through the packs, the cards are flipped. That's always lovely. Leave it to tops. Leave it to tops, boys. This puts us in the box number 4. Urquidy. Got Brash, Overton. Nothing crazy so far in the rookies. We have Richie Palacios. It's going to be a 314 out of 999. Hold on. For whatever reason. Constant white blur. Look, man. Other computer, maybe I can up the resolution so it's not as blurry. Okay. We have Fernando Tatis Jr. on the Clubhouse collection. Going to the Padres. And Gabriel. Get my man Tatis. Got a little bit of ash cheek blood on that memorabilia from steroid injection. I know. It's a joke. I know what you're saying, Mike. Yes, the cards do all look the same. The thing about Allen Ginter is all those mini cards suck ass, and they are the worst. Got McCutchen, Arias. My man, Carlos Correa. I still cannot believe the Mets pulled that off. Their field is so stacked. Especially when McNeil figured out how to hit again last year. Whew. Mike McGarity is not happy. He's no longer allowed to be a Carlos Correa fan. Not too happy with it. I seen the lineup for the Dominican Republic at the World Baseball Classic. They have a good lineup, but who's their pitchers? I mean, that's really where you're going to win and lose the thing at, is the pitching, right? Got Palante right there. Like, do they have the pitchers to hold up with everybody else? Like who are good Dominican pitchers? Maybe they have some studs and I just don't realize it. In the pitching department. Oh, here we go. Braves didn't even make it to the NLCS this time. Or did they? Man, my brain is like not working right now. I still think the Phillies sneak in every year in one of the wild card spots and just cause havoc. Like, I don't think their roster is set up for 162 games, but I think the Phillies roster is set up really well for the playoffs. So as long as they can get into the dance, they're going to cause problems every single year. Because I think the home hitting power and home run hitting in the playoffs is so much more important. Than just where the season's like a super grind. I think that the playoffs suits the Phillies' play style a lot better. Especially if they get hot. Oh, there's good old Noah Syndergaard speaking to the Phillies. Another Julio. Yo, why does Pozo look like Mike Trout in this pose? It's the second time I've seen that card and thought, oh man, there's a Mike Trout there, and then it's not. Some random ass rookie Pozo. Last card is Asokar. Good old Asokar. Box number 5 of this Heritage High number. For ages 6+. Got Mike Brosseau. Rays playoff great. There was a memorabilia. It was Tatis Jr. And Palacios was the parallel on the white out of 999. The Padres, I don't even know what the Padres are going to do with their lineup. They have too many guys. Like the Mets probably have 10 starters on their team, or 11 starters on their team, but the Padres got like 13 guys that would start on other major league teams. It's ridiculous. Padres probably won't even make the playoffs. That would be the Padres thing to do. Go 500. There's a Royce Lewis right there, which is, I know that is what's his name's boy. And we're going to have a numbered memorabilia of J-Rod. So the Mariners having a nice little hit here. And Brett, 86 out of 99 on the Brown Clubhouse. J-Rod. I mean, I don't know what the memorabilia goes for in Heritage. I'm assuming it goes for more than other memorabilia in other places, but I could be wrong. But a nice hit there for the J-Rod. Speaking of J-Rod, the Mariners are available in the Bowman Chrome break. I'm not really sure why, but they are. Got Logan Allen, Michael Kopech, Jones, Ryan Mountcastle. Then in the Padres, I got no clue how they're still around. Got Garrett Crochet, 216 out of 673. Oh, we got Simone Muzz, Cateau, the maddest man in baseball. Ortega. Kikichi didn't really pitch that well in Toronto last year, did he? Cutter Crawford. Good name. I wish he was a better pitcher. Got my man Whit Merrifield. Bless you. Ooh, Kevin Smith. Man, Stephen Kwan's a kind of underrated guy. I mean, he's never going to be a good hobby guy, but he's a hell of a leadoff hitter in real baseball. He just don't hit enough home runs. Card nerds are like girls. They did the long ball. And Kwan does not provide any long balls. He had like 3 all year. It's like a poor man's Ichiro. A very poor man's Ichiro, but a poor man's Ichiro nonetheless. Oh, man. I still can't believe Rizzo re-signed with the Yankees. That was kind of surprising me. There's a C.J. Abrams, J-Rod, Short, Schwarber, Syndergaard, Thomas. What is that? Diego Castillo. Our Pirates, there's a Pena. Matt Manning, rookie performers, Myers, Palacios, Die Plan. Nice little Bobby Witt right there to round it out for the Royals and Chris Arndt. What I'm always curious too in Bowman draft breaks, especially when I have a paper spot, why no one jumps on the paper spot. I feel like it has a lot of like long-term potential in it, but you got Juan Marshall on the box topper for the Giants, and Rob Gervin. I do think Rob's right though. You need to have a few more hits in here. I mean, I've been saying it the whole time, but you really need to have a few more hits in here, in my opinion. Man, the Giants in general have to be just hurting as a fan base. No Judge. No Correa. They lose Carlos Rodon. They might as well just try to lose and have a good pick because they're not going to be good this year. Not in that division. They might end up finishing worse than Arizona Diamondbacks. At least the Diamondbacks have the chance with a bunch of young, hungry guys. Giants is already going to be hard enough to compete with the Dodgers and the Padres. Oh, the Rockies. The Rockies aren't good, I'm going to say. The NL West is rough. Rough. Brash, Lopez. Oh, big autograph here for the Pirates. And Matt Lanier on the O'Neill Cruz. Blue ink, but nonetheless a nice hit. Nice hit from Matt. On the O'Neill Cruz. Can't even be mad now. Two autographs so far have been good. I mean, India's not a rookie, but India's, he's the second baseman for the Reds for the foreseeable future, so he's definitely a guy that's in starter, former Rookie of the Year. Good O'Neill Cruz. Even if he doesn't end up being the best shortstop, he's still a hobby legend. He's everything the hobby desires. He's big, he's fast, he hits bombs. Clayton Kershaw on the refractor. Be 369 out of 673. I mean, it is. They love that stuff. It's actually their favorite. Overton. They don't care about batting average if he hits bombs. Dane Dunning here, Turner. Any of the breaks filled up some more? I mean, I haven't really had a chance to look at them. If anything is rolling kind of close or not. Alejandro Kirk. Big boy alert. Got Torkelson, Wells, Bradish. Wander Franco's first home run. That's kind of a cool card. Scherzer. Don Henry.
Spencer Strider there. There's been about a J-Rod per box, so that's always nice. Same with Witt. You can throw Pena in there as well. Some of the top guys get about a... See, that's what's nice about stuff like Heritage. You can probably get like $3 or $4 off of that card because there's some dude trying to build the base set that didn't get a J-Rod or whoever in his hobby boxes that he bought, however many of them he bought, so... Got Corey Seager with a facsimile. So we are halfway through now. Man, I still can't believe Christmas is almost here. This year's kind of flown by a little bit. Ethan Roberts. There's a nice J-Rod. Gio Urshela. Oh. Lavastida. There's a CJ Abrams. Bradley Zimmer, McCarthy, Jeremy Pena, Southside Shuffle, Big boy alert on the Vogelbach. Wander Franco on the rookie performers. Got Bubik and Soler. Then we got a Christian Yelich 98 out of 99 on the memorabilia. One of the Brewers and Jason Turk. Ramos, yeah, I'm not. I figured for sure whenever I said you get $10 off a Bowman draft if you grabbed one of the remaining teams that they would have filled. But I mean that or a black, because really if you're not a prospect collector, even the Topps Chrome Black. I mean some of the lower teams went, which I figured they would go for sure, but I figured that some people would jump on that kind of deal or whatever. But maybe just people didn't see it. Well, so the draft did fill up a little bit more. Got Robson. We have Dieplan, Solano, Syndergaard, and Alec Thomas. The upside down cards are, I'm not gonna lie, pretty damn annoying. Contreras, Kimbrel. Got Witt Jr., Myers, Palacios. Got Bryson Stott, Chavez, Kwan, Springer, Chapman, Singer, Paredes, Akiyama. MJ Melendez, Peyton Henry, rookie performers, Torkelson, Arias, Alec Boehm, Kokichi, Matejevich. There's another J-Rod. Like I said, J-Rod's been about one per box. I'm kind of surprised on that. And we're going to surprisingly get another hit in here. We got Freddie Peralta on the autograph. Going to the Brewers. Surprise, surprise. Going to Jason Turk. On the auto. The Freddie Peralta. Correa. Chris Bryant. Escobar. Anderson. Maheda. Ridings. Juan Soto. Sonny Gray. Trey Mancini for the Astros. That's going to be a 168 out of 373. This is a slate gray instead of the chrome refractor. So a little bit darker, a little bit lower numbered here. Going to Rob Gervin in the Astros. Double trouble Pilkington. Roy Royce Lewis there. And let's wrap that up with Kiner Falefa. Into box number 8. We have Amos Otis, the Royals. Oh my god. And because they suck, they're going to all be playing in the Pro Bowl. After the Eagles have that typical first round exit, or I guess second round exit since they'll get the bye. My bad. You guys will go to the NFC Championship game and lose. I apologize. Which is even more heartbreaking in my personal opinion. There's four other case breaks I need filled, Mike. I was gonna say. I'm sure we could fill something up. What are you talking about? The Steelers are gonna finish 9-8 and get the fucking 20th pick or some shit. Because that's what the Steelers do. Not make the playoffs, get pick number 18. Probably draft a cornerback that ends up sucking ass. Oh, move the camera a little bit, I apologize. And there's another J-Rod and Abrams, a short. Pena. A lot of rookies to start this one. I wouldn't say the Peralta is a monster, but there's an Indiana Peralta. There's about to be another signature right here, who is a very good player, but At one point in time, I thought he was going to be bound for the Hall of Fame, but I think he's going to end up finishing the Hall of Very Good. It is just going to be a kind of a night for Matt here, I guess. But we are going to have our next autograph, and it's going to be a Matt Chapman for the Blue Jays. Going to Matt Lanier. But no, there hasn't been anything crazy. I was hoping to do some Bowman draft. I know I got it late. I mean, I had this. My son couldn't go to daycare because of a fever, so I couldn't go get the Bowman draft until later, and I didn't want to promise it because if the shop local to me closed early at all, he would, like, I'm not going to force him to stay for me if I 100% can't make it before 6, but got there before 6, so that's why I picked up all the cases, the 2 cases of jumbo and this super jumbo case. Like I said, I could probably get one more case of jumbos from him for the Bowman draft if I needed to, and then I'll have to venture out other places to get more, but I'm not going to do what I did with Chrome or overextend myself where I just think like, oh, we're going to break a shit ton of Chrome, and we didn't. I mean, we broke a lot of it. I just really thought that we would get up to like the 10 case mark total with HTA and Chrome and Hobby combined, and we didn't. I mean, it is what it is. Just really poor post reach. I think that me getting in trouble from Facebook probably didn't help at all, but even then, like the day of release, I wasn't getting like very good post reach, so I don't really know what to do to fix that long term, but I still have 2 or 3 more cases of Hobby, plus 2 cases of HTA on top of what the 6 and 6 is. The 6 and 6 is 2 half cases that are just open, so I mean I still have quite a bit of it. So we'll play the draft a little bit slower. We have a 286 out of 999 Sonny Gray going to the Twins, but I'm sure we'll end up breaking the draft tomorrow. I'm really curious to see what that Topps Chrome update looks like, too. There's a nice Steven Kwan. There's another Torque. Pinto Ridings. I have no clue, Austin. I have no clue. I guess Celestino was a rookie last year, but say how's Gilberto Celestino not a rookie? But I guess he's not. That was one of those guys who had a first in Chrome and was up like literally when it first got released. You know, we need a. They decided last minute because it's Fanatics that they wanted to make more money with Topps Chrome, and they wanted to milk J-Rod for all he's worth in product, and they had sticker autographs laying around, so they went with the sticker autographs. That's the only thing I can think of, man. I mean, it's the first year the Topps Chrome updates come out in hobby form. I really think they just got greedy. I mean, look at how much stuff they pushed out at the end of the year. I mean, you don't think that's greedy in itself? What is this? Ellie Rodriguez for the Brewers. 50th anniversary Topps. Is this a buyback? Bro, this is definitely a buyback because there's like worn corners and stuff. What the? It's a pretty cool card for the Brewers. Look, I need to get a Topps Direct account. So it's going to Jason Turk on the buyback. So I can't bash him too much because eventually they're gonna look at one of these videos and be like, "This guy's a jackass." But in reality, man, I just keep it 100. I mean, I don't like the direction that the hobby is going right now. I'm really worried for you guys as consumers. I mean, I'm worried for myself too. I mean, the hobby shop's like passively open, but I mean, it's just I'm really, really worried about the consumer because, like I said earlier, right? This box right here, allocated direct from Topps for $63. You go look and see what the price is to buy that box. I was gonna say, you know what's even more messed up? Is so that was $63. You can sell it for about $80. I think Topps is selling it for $80 on their website. What's more messed up is Stadium Club was literally direct allocated for $109. I think it was $107.33. So $107 direct from Topps if you own an LCS. They were selling it on their website for $100. I mean, how do they expect an LCS to compete with them if they're selling it for less than they gave it to the LCS for? Like, that shit's wild to me. I mean, Bowman Draft was allocated like 366 or 368 or something like that. I mean, I didn't pay that, obviously. That's like direct cost to an LCS, but everyone's like, oh, the price is going to drop down below 450 or whatever. It's not. I mean, if you can't make any money on the stuff like Stadium Club and Heritage High Number, right? So just to break even, let's say that, like, so I know at the shop by my house, right? The Heritage High Number, he asked me today if I could take a case of it and break it. I mean, probably could, but I mean, I just broke a case. It took, what, like a week to finish? I can take whatever case he has and probably mix a box or two in here in mixers, or put a couple of them in a value mixer, like one of those joints where it's random teams, like 50, where it's like random teams, $50 or less with a bunch of boxes, right? Yeah, I could do that. It'd take me a while. But he doesn't break, so no one's going to the store and buying Heritage High Number, right? So for every box of Heritage High Number he has to sit on, let's say it's $63, right? Times 12 is roughly, like, we'll say it's $750. So on every Bowman Draft he sells, he has to be making, it's only an 8-box case. Every Bowman Draft box he sells, let's say he sells it at $450. He's just breaking even a little bit on his case of Heritage High Number he has to sit on. So now he's bought Bowman Draft and Heritage High Number, and he hasn't made any money. He's just broken even so that he can pay for the product. Like, he's supposed to pay for his rent and for himself to live because it's his full-time job. Like, that's what's worrisome to me. Now, obviously, I break, so it's a little bit different. In the sense of, like, when I have a shop, I should be okay. But as you can go to some of these other big break groups, I mentioned them before. I'm not going to call anybody out necessarily. But there's a group right now that's on, what, case 25 for the day or something like that, of Bowman Draft. I couldn't even get Bowman Draft. They canceled out GTS. They cut Peach State by 40%, which means that that particular group has a connection with Topps, where Topps is giving them a shit ton of more product than everybody else. it's not even like a money thing, right? Like I can't afford to buy 40 cases or whatever. I mean, they've got way more than that. I can't afford to buy 20 cases at one time right now. I'm not saying me, but there's other people that can, that don't have that opportunity to even buy it. I mean, it's just one of those things where, and I'm not saying that like people that do more business shouldn't be able to get more stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I just feel like if you mash all the product with certain people, it's going to make the prices go way up. And whenever you only have so many people that have product, it creates a monopoly, which is going to just make the prices go up too. Because they're going to want to make their money, because if Fanatics charges them one thing, they're also going to want to make a profit themselves, like the people that are breaking, I should say. That's just my concern. I also think that in the hobby that breaking is important. I think breaking is a great thing for the hobby, but it can't be the only way for people to get cards. There has to be an alternative to get hobby boxes that's not online. You have to be able to go to a physical brick and mortar store that allows them to stay in business without going out of business. We got Max Scherzer here for the Mets. Like I think that's an important part of the hobby, the facial, like the interaction with one another. As you can see now, I think the Triple Threads case is finally off of the website. I think they finally sold them out, or they taken them down, one of the two. But I mean, in reality, Triple Threads is a nice product, right? But I mean, you're looking at on their website, it didn't sell out till today. So released last Wednesday or last Friday. It took them 5 days to sell it out on the website, which means people are not willing to pay as consumers. Like, you know what happened is breakers probably bought it, right? They can't get product, that don't know about DealerNet or whatever else, or don't have a hookup to get product themselves. So they bought it. I was going to say, when they bought it, this is a very samurai-ish picture, not to sound like a racist or bigot, just it's very stoic. So they obviously bought, like, breakers probably bought it, right? So I mean, that's not the end consumer they're looking for, because like I said, if it's just breakers, you will lose a lot of people in the hobby. There's people that want to open their own boxes of cards. It's just the way it is. Like, yeah, I appreciate all of you that get in breaks, but I know that a lot of you guys still open your own boxes of cards too. Like, and if I took that away from you as a whole, you're not just going to get in breaks. You're not going to get in more breaks. That money is going to go somewhere else. I'm not saying you should tie all your hobby money into, or all your hobby for monies or extracurriculars into the hobby. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm trying to say is the extra money you do have, where you want to open a hobby box of cards from a shop, you're not gonna take that money and put it back into card breaks. You're gonna take it and put it somewhere else. Something you can do by yourself, where you don't have some grown man opening your baseball cards for you, or woman. And it's just a simple fact that I don't think that Fanatics realizes that. And it kind of bothers me. They're very, very supportive of backyard breaks. And it's not that I hate backyard breaks. I really don't. In the sense of, they have a great business model that works for them. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan of the screaming and yelling. But there's fanboys like JJ Harding in here that love them. I don't even know JJ's still in here. Not just ragging on him because it's my brother-in-law. But there's guys that watch them and watch them religiously, so they do have a fan base. So, but they're not the norm. They are the exception to the rule. Them, real breaks, exception to the rules. Probably the closest guy you can get to the norm that's like big but not too big is like the middle class, the upper middle class of breakers is probably like Nick Beckfar with Best Card Breaks. He's big, but he's not huge, but he's big enough to have like some pull. And I think he's even probably on the outside looking in when it comes to some of these like inner circle table groups of people, like the Laytons and stuff like that. You don't want Layton in backyard breaks and road breaks to control everything. You just don't. You need to have the competition. You need to have smaller guys. Guys don't want. I mean, I know I've talked to Austin personally. He doesn't want to break with a big like I don't know how else to say it, like a factory breaker where it's like they're just a machine. Like breaking like this is. I'm only doing it because it's this product, but you guys know even on full cases, like I don't like breaking like this. Like I like seeing all the card names. I like talking about the players and the prospects. Just so there's not as much dead space. I mean, obviously talking's cool, but I mean, you even get in some of these bigger breakers, they don't even talk to you. They just sit there and open cards. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like, they don't even have a conversation. It's like, this is my 9 to 5, guys. I'm just going to sit here and open these cards. Dead silence. Breathe into the mic really heavy like Darth Vader. Let's say, I mean, it's just one of those things where it just is what it is. I can go on and on about it. I try not to poke the bear too much because, like I said, I'm not anywhere set up in the hobby for me to flex or start making big comments or whatever else. But if you ask my opinion, I'm not gonna stray away from my opinion about what's going on, and I'm pretty honest. I mean, not just pretty. I mean, I'm honest about how stuff works and the price of things. Like, I'm not gonna hide something. It goes back to too, like, some of the times, especially in like football and basketball. I mean, I don't get a lot of stuff allocated in those, but if I do get an allocated box here or there, like, I can't, even if you've seen with Absolute Football, like, I got some good price box. I try to run it cheaper, and guys just don't fill it. Like, but I can't go any lower than that. Then you got people like, well, can you take $20 off of this or $20 off of that? Like, I can't. I was like, because I've already ran it way lower than I should be running it based on like market economics. I mean, no, they don't. I mean, that's a whole different story. I'll keep it in honest. If there's a person that breaks in one of the big groups that is very unhappy with them overall, but I just don't do enough volume for some people, and I don't. I mean, I can't do the amount of case breaks that some of the bigger groups do. A, I don't have the product. B, we don't fill fast enough to do that. And I'm not. When I say things, I want you guys to know I'm never like complaining or like. I mean, Mike knows, like, I have a lot of concerns about stuff because I do talk to Mike McGarity about some stuff in the background. So I do have some concerns about stuff, but it's mostly like post reach or why something's not filling. But it's never me complaining. It's more like, how do I fix it? Like, what's the solution? That's not where I want to put those. So ever get in here and start ranting, don't think I'm like bitching or complaining about anything because I'm really not. Like, as much as I love cards, and I hope one day this can be my livelihood and I can live off of doing sports cards and running the shop, it's by no means even close. Like, I actually haven't technically made any money opening sports cards ever. I mean, I have made money on breaks, but like technically I'm in the hole, I should say, just based on the product I have laying around and stuff. So I've never like, this is not my primary source of income. It probably never will be my true primary source of income. So, like, I guess I just have a different viewpoint of it. And it's not anything where I'm ever like, oh, I got to make a quick dollar. Because to me, it was always like building a group, building the rapport with people. Just overall trying to have a better place. Type of thing for people that are just fed up with whatever breakers they're breaking with, because I know I was fed up with one of the bigger guys at one point in time. Changed a little bit, but he's still kind of a douche canoe. It is what it is. We got Corey Seager for the Rangers there, going to Josh. But I just want you guys to know I'm just trying to keep it like 100% candid. I know I come off as like monotone and like it can come off as like not whining or bitching, but I guess it can come off as that sometimes, but that's not it at all. My big issue with real breaks is not real breaks. My big issue with backyard breaks, I shouldn't say real breaks, is I don't really have an issue with real breaks at all, honestly. Good business model. They get their stuff out fast. Their business model works for them. It's a good company. However, for the backyard breaks. So when they open all the football stuff, whatever, they open by far the most football and basketball than anybody else in the world. Plain and simple. They're running breaks like 24/7. They always are filling stuff. They run it by the case. So whatever, they hit big football cards. It is what it is. They hit a lot of other one-on-one stuff. Like, for instance, JJ's in here. He hit a one-on-one Zach Wilson in a giveaway. And they gave him the card. Like, I think they get a lot of negative PR because I don't like the way they break, so I agree with that. Now, my issue with the baseball stuff is they don't break a lot of baseball. They just don't. So that's my problem. And I know you're talking about they pulled the 101 for the Triple Threads release, not 5-star, because 5-star comes out Friday. But I know what you're saying is, yes, it is very suspect. Chance of them hitting all those 101s is very unlikely. But at the same time, they do open a lot of basketball and football product, especially high-end stuff. Like, there's not a lot of National Treasure made. There's not a lot of this or that made. And they open cases of it. Like a stupid amount of cases of really, really expensive products. So some of that stuff I understand. The Triple Threads is a little suspect, though. I will say that, especially after putting a bounty on it. So that's a little bit of my concern in that case. But I don't know. I have full faith that there is some randomness because, I mean, think about it. Like, in the Triple Threads Museum Collection, like, I pulled the 101 Mike Trout gold frame or whatever framed card that was. It was gold, right? So, or wood frame, like, I mean, that's a huge hit. Like, that's a big fucking hit. They didn't pull that, I did. I mean, I'm just some random dude that opens. I mean, I've opened a lot of Museum Collection this year, actually. One of my favorite products. I know it's been disappointing in the last case, but overall, we've opened quite a bit of Museum Collection compared to, like, the average bear. But, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. I understand why there's concern. It's because they're hitting, like, the biggest ones. That's the problem, right? So I'm not defending them. I'm just saying there's a possibility that it's just actually random. Very unlikely, but, I mean, weird things happen. But the problem is they have such a big following and such a nice sunny gray here on card autograph. DJ, and the thing is, for me, like, I don't, like, it's just like Josh Scarone, and I'm, whatever, I know he doesn't care if I name drop him, but I'm not just name dropping him, like, he messaged me saying it's nice to see somebody, or some of his pieces, like, guys that he PCs get hit in a break or whatever. Like, I'm one of those people that I'm never going to pressure you to get into a break, I'm never going to hit you up, like, even Tom, who has told me, hey, anytime you really need something filled, shoot me a message, and if it's something I want to get into, I'll fill. Like, I don't hit him up because, in my personal opinion, I don't ever want to be the guy that's burdening somebody to get in their breaks. I feel like in the hobby in general, it should be a choice. It shouldn't. There should not be somebody constantly badgering you to get in your breaks. Like, if you notice, I don't tag a lot of people after breaks drop. The biggest reason I don't run minis is because right now I'm on probation. Otherwise, I would have been running minis for the last couple weeks. I just don't want somebody looking at the account and being like, this guy's running raffles. Because I'm not. Like I said before, yes, is there some chance involved that you get a team spot in a team? Yes, but you also do at least get a card of some sort that I randomly insert in your break package if you don't hit in the mini to get into a spot. So therefore, you're just overpaying for a base card, essentially. Well, whether it's a base rookie or base first Bowman, I mean, you're just overpaying for a card. You're not getting anything, so it's technically not, in any sense of the word, illegal. However, I just don't need somebody looking into it just because people are dumb and don't understand how anything works in the card industry. And I couldn't even actually, for saying fucking Canadians, I couldn't even challenge the decision. It just went to a computer, and the computer said, nope, you're a bigot. You don't like Canadians. Yet, to my wedding, and one of my best friends is a goddamn Canadian. I was going to say, it's hilarious. I was going to say, somebody I play video games with for like the last 12 years, literally invited him to my wedding from Canada. Yeah, so I get a thing that's on my account that says that everything, and this is why my post reach has been so bad. I get a thing on my account that says all of your posts will be moved down the timeline until December 30th or whatever. So I think I have like 9 more days of probation. which is still bullshit. It also obviously affects my business, and I tried to message somebody and argue against it, and you can't talk to a damn person. I mean, they bitch about Twitter, but at least Twitter now has a human. I mean, even if Twitter was suppressing information or whatever else, at least they had people working. At least you could talk to somebody and appeal it. But I mean, I don't know. The Twitter file shit's wild, but that's a whole different story. I'm not gonna get into politics, but definitely, been on the naughty list. And the worst part is the other time I got on the naughty list, so I don't know if anybody plays slow pitch softball, but pretty much there was an A team at Worlds this year, slow pitch softball. They used a shade bat, so they banned the entire team for a year. Like, even people, no one that swung the bat, just anybody on the roster got banned for a year. So my military team was talking about it, and I told them if any of you guys, if any of you guys get caught using a nice Bobby Witt here on the Rookie Performers, if any of you guys get caught using a shade bat and I get banned for a year, like, I'm busting your kneecaps. So that was my warning, was that I threatened violence among people. So my warning was me joking around. Well, I mean, I was being serious, but me joking around about violence and harming someone. It was just me pretty much saying, like, don't be a jackass and cheat. And if you cheat and get caught and I get in trouble, like, there's going to be problems. So Facebook in general is pretty stupid. And that was in a private group. That wasn't even in the public space. That was literally in our softball group for the team. So dumb. Sounds about right. But it's not even like my problem is it'd be different if somebody reported me. Nobody reported me. It's the automatic Facebook system that caught me both times. It wasn't someone like reporting me. That's my big issue with it. We got Carlos Correa for the Twins. Yeah, see. Well, I mean, you got Michael Becker going on probation because he said, let's rip some cases. Or something like that. Like, just something crazy. Not even anything to do with, like, violence at all, but they got him for the violence tag. Like, let's rip her open or something, he said. And it's like, he got in trouble for it. It's so wild to me, man. Facebook's just terrible. And really, like, I wish there was a better platform. I know people say Whatnot, but I mean, Whatnot's cool, I guess. But that's it. Let's rip this sucker. I remember that. Yeah, see? Either thing, it's like, so that's what my second one did with the Canadians, was that it said due to high volume I can't appeal. Like, it's wild to me, dude. Absolutely wild to me. And Facebook's still using COVID as an excuse as if they have no employees that work for their company. Even during COVID. Like, we got no employees. Nobody works here anymore. COVID. We are on box 11 here. We got quite a few more autographs than I thought we were going to get. I thought we were going to get about 4 autographs. I think we're up to 6. Or 5. We got 5. Yeah, that would have made it better. Alright, let's get rolling here. We're going to have Barrera. Frazier. I can't believe the Orioles signed Adam Frazier. Such a random ass signing. Like, it's a signing to me that doesn't even make sense for their team, but whatever. We got Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves here. Going to Michael Becker. Got Rodon, Simone. I'm surprised the Mets didn't sign Rodon, too, to be honest. I guess they didn't want that. I guess they didn't want a lefty in the rotation. Probably like the only downside of their team is there's all righties pitching. Oh no, they signed Quintana. Never mind. Got that guy from Japan too. We'll see how he is. Or no, that's the Red Sox got the guy from Japan. Or did they get a Japanese guy too? I can't remember. There's a lot of Japanese guys that signed this offseason that were like supposed to be some of the better players, which I found interesting because normally it's only like 1 or 2 that comes over, and it's a guy like Suzuki who like has hype, but like no one even talks about him that much. Yeah, Jake Myers, 606 out of 999 for the Astros. We got Joey Bart, Royce Lewis, Jack Lopez, and Whit Merrifield. Man, that was a guy that, man, he's on off. He had a really bad year last year. Otto Lopez. I mean, he was never much of like a power guy or anything, but he at least hit for about 300 and was like a really good utility guy. And last year he was not that. My man Marky K right there. Lament's another guy, man, that the Padres just could not develop, and he always get hurt. Mark Canha, J.P. Sears. A lot of Blue Jays in a row right there. Joe Perez. Guerrero. Guess we're gonna have one more box to see if we can get some red ink. It'll be a last box special here. This fucking guy, San Martin. Got Spencer Strider here. Robson, Naughton, Keller. Talk about a disappointing guy. That Cole Tucker. I know he's on the Diamondbacks now, but he was a Pirate for a long time. What a disappointment. Never really panned out. Then his brother Carson Tucker was even more hyped because his older brother was in the league, and that dude sucked ass too. A lot of the top rookies right there in a row. Brendan Drury had a surprisingly good year. This guy right here, one of my sleepers. Brian De La Cruz rakes. If he can figure out how to play a little bit better defense, I think he's... How good of a player he is going to go up. I think Brian De La Cruz is one of those sneaky good players. That's why there was so much hype around him to start the year for Marlins. And like, what's it called? Inception. And then he struggled a little bit in the field, and I think they sat him. He might, and we might have saw it, and I might have missed it. I have to look at the photo variations. I'm gonna normally with the rookie stuff, I'll go back through and look whenever I'm sorting it. We got Rod Crew because I still gotta sleeve all the rookie cards. Going to the Twins. There are definitely some guys that have photo variations, and there's some guys that are like the high number card that are like high number short prints, kind of like Allen Ginter and Gypsy Queen. This is the last box here, and then I'll go update some of the other breaks. See if anything got filled. I don't think anything's been filled. I know there's some teams that have been taken since I started. I mean, it's been gonna finish right around the 2-hour mark, so appreciate everybody that has stayed around and watched. That's one thing personally I need to improve on, is knowing checklist of stuff a little bit better. Of like exactly what's everything's in there. Like I make the price, but there's so much product that comes out. So after I make the price list or gather up the information on the price list and double check to make sure that like somebody else didn't jack up if there's a bunch of groups that have the same prices. I do need to get better at knowing exactly what's in the boxes, like that Torkelson question, but some of the stuff, man, there's just so much shit that comes out. I mean, it's a shit excuse, but it's just the honest truth. Like it's 100% an excuse. I just need to be better, but I'm gonna say that's the big thing. Let's say, oh, well, see, like, was his first one red? It was. I mean, honestly, it's not terrible as long as I'm not super talking all the time, and that makes sense. Oh, we got Clubhouse Collection. Hopefully we get a double hit in here. Going to the Padres, and I don't know who has the Gabe Quezada. There's a nice game used memorabilia wood bat there. Cole Tucker. Hopefully we can get a second. Not memorabilia, but hopefully there's a sneaky autograph in here as well. But yeah. There's a few other things that are open. As I mentioned, Topps Chrome Black, Topps Chrome Update, full cases. We do have a 6 Hobby Box, 6 HTA Bowman Chrome. We have the Bowman Draft that just came out, full case. And I will switch that tomorrow. Not that particular break, but once that one fills, we will go to a half case with a ×2 option. I mean, Urquidy's good, man. The Astros are going to be so good this year, too. It's kind of crazy. There's, like, probably 6 or 7 super stacked teams in the league. And it's, I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad for baseball. I mean, as a Pirates fan, it sucks, but it is what it is. I guess at least they have a good pipeline for right now, so there's a chance, but got Nathaniel whipped out his whole government. 194 out of 6 of 73 going to the Rangers. And Josh Daniel. Aaron Hicks. Yeah, but at least the AL Central sucks. Like, overall, there's always just, like, the White Sox never play up to their potential. I was going to say, so there's always that. At least you got to play in a division, like, where the Cardinals and the Brewers always play above what they should. So the Pirates never make the damn playoffs. Like in AL Central, it's always open house. So there's still a chance. Like you could be like not having a good year and make the playoffs. I mean, that is not saying anything, right? It doesn't help anything because you're not going to make it through the AL more than likely. But at least you can still have that chance, that glimmer of hope. Where if you're a Pirates fan, like you're not making it out of your division. You're just not. You might get a wild card, but not with these other stacked NL teams. Because like we talked about, the The NL East should have send 3 teams to the playoffs every year. Unless there's like major injuries, and even then they're so good that they can probably just retool. All right, boys, that is the break. Let's do a quick recap of the hits. I know it was not the most fun break to watch, which is why I normally don't do cases of stuff like this, but I have to start at least running one case of it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I had a talk with, I think it was with Mike, that there needs to be a hard cap in baseball, and if there's not, there's not. I mean, if there's not, that's what happens, right? We got a 673 Nathaniel Lowe. We're going to have Jake Myers out of 999. Kershaw out of 673. Diaz out of 999. We have the buyback, Ellie Rodriguez. And I believe this is out of, I think it's 1973 like Mike said. But yeah, man, pretty dope. It obviously has some wear and tear on it going to Jason Turk. Yeah, 1973. You have Sonny Gray out of 999. Duran out of 373. Mancini out of 373. Bart out of 999. Crochet out of 673. And then we're going to have the Matt Scherzer for the Mets on the negative or whiteout or whatever it's called. Getting into the memorabilia we have that's not on the board, we got Eric Hosmer, game used memorabilia, Ronald Acuna Jr., Max Scherzer. We're going to have Christian Yelich, 98 out of 99, Kyle Tucker, and Javier Baez. Everything in Heritage, which is nice, is actually game used material. We're going to have Palacios, a rookie card out of 999 to the Guardians. We're going to have J-Rod on the purple. Let's see, nice little hit from the hot box. So we'll have Chapman, Gray, and Peralta on the veteran on-card autographs blue ink. Gonna have Suzuki on the 130 out of 673 for the Cubbies. Tatis on the memorabilia. Going to Gabe. Julio Rodriguez, 86 out of 99 game used memorabilia going to Brett. Jonathan India on the autograph going to the Reds and Brent. And then we're going to have O'Neal Cruz on the Pirates. And nice hit there going to Matt Lanier. It's actually wild to, like, I mean, it really sucks that Steve passed away. May he rest in peace and blessings and prayers and whatever to his family. But there's actually a guy in my work that suddenly passed away too on like Tuesday or Monday. He had a heart attack. No, last Thursday, my bad. No one realized it, I think, at the workspace. So his obituary was in the paper on Monday. But yeah, Thursday, had a heart attack at night and just passed away before he made it to the hospital. Life's wild, man. It's crazy. Shouldn't take it for granted. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. Be safe. Hopefully we break some stuff tomorrow. I'm assuming we will. If anything does break before or fill before midnight, I will break it as soon as, assuming everybody's paid. If I check payments and it's like 12:15 and everybody's paid, I'm not chasing people down at midnight, past midnight. But hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully my voice is a little bit better tomorrow, too, with the Bowman draft. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night and be safe. Appreciate everybody watching.